Hey everyone, I'm Weston, and today we are going to look at a Coleman dual fuel lantern, or any type of Coleman lantern, and we are going to be replacing what is called the mantle in here. So, welcome back to my channel. I hope this helps some of you out. And where some lanterns use a wick that looks like this, where you put the oil in and it produces a flame, as you can see, I've got one burn on the wall here. These types of lanterns right here take a pressurized chamber, vaporize the gas, and run it through one of these mantles right here, and it actually acts as the mantle of like a light bulb. And they're able to put out a lot more light output per fuel that they use up. Some of these dual fuels even go up to about the equivalent of a 60-watt light bulb, which when you're off camping is a great deal. Now, the only downside is these wicks right here you can beat to death and they're just cloth as they burn, but these right here actually turn into a filament type feeling, or maybe even char cloth. And it's so tender it just breaks apart. So to do this, you'll need your lantern. I've taken this lantern and I've turned my gas all the way on, and I have actually drained the tank here. As you can see, there's no pressure on it for safety. What you'll need is you will need your mantle. This is a Type 21, I believe, a number 21 sock mantle. This was a pack of 4. They come with instructions on the back, but they're not written, they're just pictures. And what one of them looks like is this right here. And believe it or not, I hope you can see this, this is the equivalent of what is in here. But there's one trick to putting these on, and that is you don't just tie this thing on and light up your lantern. That's really bad for it, and that's not what it's made to do. But we want to tie this on, and then we want to turn it into carbon, because these are actually coated with rare earth elements, and they actually give off a small amount of radiation. It's even measurable. So to do that, we'll need a lighter or a match, and you'll need a knife or a pair of scissors. I didn't have a pair of scissors, so maybe we can do it with the knife. So to do this, first of all, we're going to undo our top, or however your lantern comes apart. This is strictly for the dual fuel on this one. And we'll lay all our parts out here where maybe they're out of the way. Alright, this is called your globe right here, and I prefer not to touch the globe because you get oil on it just like a light bulb can bust. But these globes are sold as replacements from Walmart all around. You can get that standard number. Now, the reason we're actually replacing this mantle is because I've used it while we're camping or something. It's been hot and I've actually busted it, and a busted mantle is not good. I'm going to remove the heating shield here. That's just your little spring heating shield, and let you have a close-up look on this. Now, this mantle right here, which I hope is shown, is completely solid and looks good. It's still in good condition. It's got no bad spots in it or any breaks. It should look like very fine mesh. This one, on the other hand, if you can see that, has been completely blown apart, and we have torn it up, and I've torn it up. And what that does is that leads to a loss of heat and a loss of whatever. So let's cut this bad boy off, because we're going to be replacing it with this one. So first off, take your knife. There is a string around the top here which you have to tie. These mantles are very tender. I'm going to slide it right under here, and looks like I may already have it broken, not even realize it. Yep, already broke it and not even realize it. I am going to set it, whatever, we'll just set it in the top of this thing right here. It's very tender and very messy. And as you can tell, it just falls apart when you touch it. So we're actually going to throw that on top of that matchbox right there. And if you want another close-up view, it should just look like wire mesh. No bad spots or anything like that. Now that we've got this open, you'll be able to see this is our vaporizer unit right here where it comes up under pressure. We've got a hole with a little bit of screen type stuff in it sometimes, and we're going to tie it onto that right there. So to do this, let's take our mantle, open her up just like a sock, and you got 2 strings here. I usually prefer just a box knot for them. If you want to get fancy, that's your own business. But I'm going to place her on here, being careful not to hit your other mantle, and then I just pull down my mantle to my thing. Alright, now you can kind of position this. This mantle, you can mess with the mantle before you burn it. So let's make sure we get it right. I keep tension on my strings, and that looks pretty good here. So I'm going to take an overhand knot, knot her down one time here, and then I'm going to look for any final adjustments. I'm going to kind of work my mantle into place. You want it kind of hanging down, because if you burn it and it's hanging off to the side, when you put your globe back on, it'll brush your globe, and you don't want that. So, got her tied one time this way. Looks like we've got a good bit of fabric around, and I'm just going to loop my knot over one more time. A simple box knot. I've got it tied tight. That's what one looks like before, and this is what one looks like after here. Alright, with that, the instructions recommend trimming them to 1/8 of an inch. I don't even know why you would stick a ruler down there. So let's just take the knife here that I've got sharpened, and let's just snip that one off. There's a piece of string. And then very carefully, let's snip this one off without cutting our other mantle. Alright, we got both of them off. Now comes the fun part. Now for this, I'm going to make sure there's no air on it here. The trick is, let's still coax it one more time. If there's any open spots, you can see the bottom is sewn together like that. I'm going to turn it where I've got my stitching in line with the other one. Get it set just right where it looks like it's going to bubble up. And let's get out our lighter. Now we should be able to light it one time and it should burn all the way up. But when I usually prefer to burn it a little harder. So here we go. Everything works. Oh, it almost wanted to go. See it burning down this side right here? We want this to burn all over. Now, another part that really smokes a lot, because you want to do this outside, obviously, but another spot is this heavy green spot on the top. If you want to go around and burn all those already in place, it'll help keep your smoke down when you bring it back inside or you bring it into your tent. Alright, so now that you can see that, it has definitely been charred, and you can actually see the little carbon spots are burning up. And that will continue to burn up. Our mantle's turning white now, and it will continue to draw up to this exact same size right here. Now, it's not as bubbled out as I thought it would be, but I wish it should do okay. Now, with that, let's start assembling our lantern back together, and we'll light this baby up. So here we go. We want to be very careful while it's still burning. It's very tender. Let's slide in our heat shield. If I can do that without bumping it, I did. Put back on our mantle. Not our mantle, our globe. Losing my mind. Place our top on. Make sure that's all centered in the middle. We're going to screw this down. Now our mantle should still be burning, and you can continue to burn it more if you want to, but we want to make sure this bad boy works. Now, I've already checked this one for fuel, so we're going to tighten down our nozzle. To work your pump, you always turn it at least one turn backwards and use your thumb. I'm going to give it about 30 pumps, if that, whatever it counts to here if I feel it getting tight. And this will give our mantle a couple more seconds. You can see it's almost completely burnt, but it's still smoking in some. Alright, now if we listen to it, sounds like we have plenty. I'm going to turn it around. We'll use a match for this one so you can see her catch on. See if we can get a match to strike. And here we go. Alright, there'll be some burn off. You want to keep this turned down some if you want to. You can keep it turned down lower. Watch your mantle. There we go. It bubbled out real good while it was still tender. Looks like it hollowed out a little bit more. And let's see if we can get it hot now. You see it draw up the rest of the direction or the rest of the way? And that is how you replace the mantle in a Coleman lantern. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope that wasn't too long because I've just got a regular little video camera. But maybe that'll get you back up and running when you want to go camping. Like I said, these things are very tender. You want to move them around real slow when they're running. And other than that, if you mess up, there's a pack of 4 in here. So if you mess up, just do it again and go get you another one. They're not that expensive. You want to keep them in place, keep them replaced, and keep a good mantle in there, because if it's broken, it'll produce hot spots in here. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe for more videos, and I wish you all the best. Y'all have a great day. Weston out.